Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. So today I want to just share my first puzzle for the first day in Advent of Code. So if you don't know what it is, I think it is about a set of puzzles. I am Eric, I make Advent of Code and it is a small programming puzzles for a variety of skill levels that can be solved in any programming language you like. So yeah, so I've heard about it for some time now, but lately my friend Huzel started doing these puzzles and he was asking about it with me since I usually do those programming exercises. So I was a bit embarrassed that I haven't started yet, and yesterday my friend and relative Ziad also started it, and he even has his leader board, his own kind of private group, and so this has actually motivated me to spend some minutes today to try to solve the first one. So I'm quite surprised to say that even though the first puzzle was really easy, it took me over 30 minutes to get it done right. So maybe that's because of two things. The first is I didn't really understand the problem right of the bat, the input and then the output. And then second is I didn't write the algorithm first. Like I always say, I actually started coding it right away, and by doing that I wasn't very explicit about the solution, about certain part of the solution. I'm going to show you my codes and explain it very quickly. So first and foremost, let me explain what the puzzle is all about. So they will give you a list of random numbers and letters, and what you need to do is let me zoom in my screen a little bit. So you need to figure out you need to take the first letter and the last one, in this case this one. You concatenate them, very important, you concatenate them, and you do the same for each, and you then aggregate it, or you take the sum for each and every one. But let's say you have only one number, so what you do is you duplicate it. So 1 becomes 11, and let me zoom it a bit more, and 6 becomes 66, 7 becomes 77, but if you have more than one letter, it becomes 6 and 7. And we take another example, for example here 9 and 18. So that's the basic algorithm, the puzzle actually, and how I solved it was, here you have the code in Ruby, and so don't pay particular attention to this string. This basically means that our string is frozen, so you don't need to freeze it. So this is Ruby new stuff, and I'm using Robocop. Robocop is a linter. So what I like with the advance of code is that you can use any language that you want. So I've done it in Ruby, but I'm also thinking of doing it in JavaScript or even C#, since one of my next work project will be in C# and .NET. So let's see, let me explain first and foremost. So this is now the first iteration. So actually to start with, let me first explain the algorithm here, and then I will quickly go through the process I did. So I just started writing, defining a method name, calibration sum. So the puzzle basically asks about how these helps to calibrate the numbers. So it's just a name that I did, and now I had two choices. Actually, I try to, since you get this in the Advent of Code URL, so I try to read it the website directly, but you need the token, you need to log in first. So I just copy paste it, put it into a file input.txt, and I read the file, and so I define a method. So what actually happened the first time is I wrote everything in a single method, and Robocop was not happy with it, and it told me that I have too many branches, too many lines, too many statements, especially too many branches. So what I did was I wrote the first iteration, and then I refactored it at the end when I had a working version. So read file takes the file name, so it's the same level, and then we write read the line, we chomp any empty line, close the file, and we return file data, which is an array of data. So Ruby is not explicit type, so you won't necessarily know what it returns, but hey, read lines. You can use the documentation from I think Solargraph extension VS Code. Reads all the lines and returns, an array records. Alright, so I'm using Creole right now. So then when you do that, you just map it and return a single array, and chunk you just remove the empty spaces and close the file. We need garbage collection, which is important. Then we return the file, and then what we do is actually the first iteration I wrote was using each. And I realized that I'm just transforming the data from one style, from one type or input to another one. So which is those two numbers added to, so I can use a map. So I use a map for it. Then this is an interesting part. So I needed a way to separate numbers with letters. So I initially thought about it, iterating through the string and then checking if it is a number or a character. So I thought this is over complex, over engineered. The much easier thing is to just use regex, regular expression, and just extract the numbers, which I did. So now I'm checking if the number appears, it's only one, so I'm checking the length, and by doing so I concatenate it and convert it to integer, and if it's small I take the first one and the last. So in Ruby, -1 is the last character in a string, and it's the same for array as well. I do the same, and at the end this is syntactic sugar by Ruby. So it returns this sum, so you can actually listen it like that, but even this is syntactic sugar by Ruby, but Robocop said, hey, you can do this, it's better. And at the end, so we will be you don't need to write return for the last statement. You can just put the variable and it will return it, and that's it. Like you can see, it's very easy. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have time today to record another session, but I am really interested in trying the second puzzle, because you have 2 puzzles per day, and I think it's over 15 days right now. So what I'm going to do is put it in day 1 and move this, move this one as well. So this is for the puzzle, puzzle 1. So should I actually, I'm thinking, should I rename it? No, and it's just so by the way, I've installed this superb extension in VS Code called CodeRunner, so you can run your code directly for most of the programming languages directly, and it's really amazing. So I don't need, for example, to run it separately on the terminal. If I run it here, it give me this. So the lab playground, blah blah blah, and like you can see, code on support, so it's beautiful. But I'm thinking of renaming it to puzzle 1. Rename, and let's say puzzle 1 input text. So I think I can also rename it. Rename input puzzle 1. Input, that's good. So I'm using the camel case. No, it's snake case. And copy, rename. Just going to copy it here in this here, otherwise it's not work. So that's it. I'm going to just commit everything. And for this, can Copilot suggest yeah. refactor maybe change naming folders, so something like that should be enough. So it's going to ask me to synchronize the changes. So I've done this. I've created a free and a public GitHub repository whereby you can see all these codes, and hopefully if I have some more time I'm going to post more videos, more code as well. So that was a short video, and if you're interested in these kinds of adventures of puzzles and programming challenge, I will definitely invite you to participate. It's very easy to get started, but the puzzles might not be so easy, of course. That's the whole fun. And I'm also thinking of maybe making some videos with Uzel as well, because for him it's really fun, for me as well, but I think he's a very good programmer, so it should be fun. I had a look on the puzzles for the 3 or 4 and they are not trials, so looking forward. Maybe in one session I can also live code about it if I have some more time. It's very rainy here in Mauritius, and this will force me to stay at home. So maybe we can do it as soon as possible, and see you later.